Good evening. Good evening, Kamalnath. Um, good evening to all of you. So, welcome back. Yet another session of Ask Me Anything weekly sessions. So, these sessions normally happen on every Tuesday at 9 p.m. and it is live on my YouTube channel. So, normally what I do is I talk about a topic for about less than 10 minutes, might be 6, 7 minutes, and then it's open to questions. You can ask questions from the topic or from any topic, and then I'll try to answer. That's what. And this is the 85th week we are conducting this. So today we have come with a hello Niti Magic. So today we have come up with a new topic, different topic, which is a very important topic as far as Ayurveda goes, and it's all about Agni. Okay, understanding and managing Agni is something you can say, you can directly translate it as fire. Okay, but when you look at the sense from the Pancha Mahabhuta, so when you have got more of Agni Tattva, okay, Pancha Mahabhutas, fire is not only Agni, it is predominantly Agni. So when you look at water, water is not only Jala, water is predominantly Jala Mahabhuta. It's got all other things also. Okay. It has got Akasha, it has got Vayu, it has got everything. So when you have got predominantly the Agni Tattva from the Pancha Mahabhutas, we call that Agni. Okay. Now, let us slowly start. Okay. The whole of Ayurveda revolves around the concept of Agni. This is a very important point. Every activity you do in your life is to protect the Agni. Okay, if your Agni goes down, you fall sick. Okay, the main reason for diseases is sarve roga pi mandagna. In the sense, all diseases arise because your Agni goes low. Okay, and Agni is, when we go to the next slides, we'll know what we really mean by Agni. So every activity you do, getting up in the morning, sleeping, eating, drinking, exercise, application of oil in the body, every activity which you do, okay, is to protect the Agni. Now, so it is, when you look at Agni, it is not only the digestive fire, it is every metabolic change, activity that happens in the body. It is transformation, okay, metabolism. So, every cell has got mitochondria and, a lot of energy transformation things happen there. It's called the powerhouse of the cell. That is also a part of Agni. And when that goes down, okay, you'll start falling sick at the cellular level. So Agni is also important for us to understand and to maintain at the cellular level, not only in the gut. Okay, so totally there are 13 Agnis according to Ayurveda. And the most important one and the head office is the Jataragni. That is the one in the tummy, Jataragni. And then apart from that, we have got Dhatus, loosely translated as tissues. Okay, Dhatus. Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Majja, and Shukra. So all these seven, transformation happens from one Dhatu to another. And that is also called, that is because of Dhatu Agni. So you have got one Jatara Agni, 7 Dhatu Agnis, and 5 Bhuta Agnis. Okay, Pancha Mahabhuta Agnis. So what happens here is these 13 Agnis, there you see Jatara Agni 1, Bhuta Agni 5, and Dhatu Agni 7. So when the Jatara Agni is actually functioning really well, all other Agnis will slowly start falling in place. But that doesn't mean the other Agnis are not important. So Dhatu Agni, Jatara Agni is basically the head office. All other Agnis are dependent on the Jatara Agni. Now, Agni, what is Agni? Agni is nothing but Pitta. Okay. Like when you look at the Pancha Mahabhutas, you have got Akasha and Vayu, which predominantly Akasha and Vayu, which becomes Vata. Predominantly Agni becomes Pitta, and Jala and Prithvi becomes Kapha. So predominantly Agni becomes Pitta. So Agni is Pitta. But the difference is that when you look at the properties of Pitta, Pittam Sasnehati Ikshnoshnam Laghu Visram Saram Dravam. Okay, Drava has got that means it has got a liquid property. Laghu Visram Saram Dravam. Drava is a property of Pitta. So when you come to Agni, it is the same Pitta, which when it comes in the tummy, we call that Pachaka Pitta. That Pitta which helps in digestion, Pachaka, to cook. The Pachaka Pitta is Tyakta Dravatvam. It is something which is devoid of Dravaguna. Okay, so Pitta which is devoid of Dravaguna, which stays in the tummy, is Agni. So Agni is Pitta. Okay. Now, when digestion happens, we feel that digestion is because of the fire. Let us look into it. Okay. Jataragni is always three doshas. In the sense, you have got Samanavayu, which is Vata. You have got Pachaka Pitta, which is Pitta. And you have got Kledaka Kapha, which is Kapha. So how does it work? So Pachaka Pitta is the Agni, as we said, is the fire. So when you compare that with cooking in your kitchen, the fire, that is Pachaka Pitta. Just by fire, you will not get nutrition, right? You have to cook something, right? You have to have some food to be cooked there. That is Kledaka Kapha. So that Kledaka Kapha is the one that is being cooked by the Pachaka Pitta. So if food has to be cooked by the fire, something has to hold it, right? Holding is done by Samanavata. Because movement and not moving, it is a property of Vayu. So holding the food, so Samana Vayu holds Kledaka Kapha for the Pachaka Pitta to cook it. So if one of these things are not there, cooking doesn't happen at all. Holding the food, cooking the food, and Kledaka Kapha is the food. Okay. So then, we have got different, as I said, we have got different kinds of Agnis, and when the food goes inside, it is a foreign body. When it goes inside, it's also Pancha Mahabhutas. So the Pancha Mahabhuta Agni, which is there in the body, actually transforms that which is not a part of the body into something which is a part of the body and can be absorbed. If the Pancha Mahabhuta Agni is not able to convert that, that is when the body cannot assimilate or digest it. It still remains as a foreign body. Then the body tries to throw it out. It can be, people can vomit or people can have diarrhea. That's what we call as food poisoning. Okay, it stays as poison. So something which comes from outside has to be digested by the Bhutagni and get converted into what the body can recognize. That's where the Bhutagni comes. Okay, so you can slowly start asking your questions. So everything, as I said, everything revolves around the Agni. Okay, now Gary, enjoyed your presentation on Saturday. Thanks a lot. Okay, for digestion, what is the optimum time to take breakfast? That's a question. Okay. So on Saturday we had a session with Divya Alter, who's from New York. So she is one of the renowned Ayurvedic chef. Okay, so she's been conducting classes for different people all around the world. So she had invited me to conduct classes in one of her workshops. So that's what Gary means about the Saturday presentations. Okay, I'm thankful. It's all his grace. Okay, now for digestion, what is the optimum time to take breakfast? Breakfast is something, when you break your fast, that is breakfast. It can be morning 6 o'clock or it can be evening 8 o'clock also. So whenever you break your fast, it is breakfast. So the right time to have food and digest really well is the time when the pitta is slightly on the higher side. So generally we say, in places where the sunrise is at 6 and sunset is at 6, we divide the day into 3. First part is kapha, 6 to 10, then 10 to 2 is pitta, and 2 to 6 is vata. So I would say anywhere after 10 o'clock Okay, by about 11, between 10 and 11, might be maximum 11, would be a right time for you to have food. You know, don't take anything at all in the morning. Don't take some small snacks and then come to breakfast. The moment you eat something, it can be even one peanut, you have broken your fast. Drinking water, it's fine, no problem. But the first solid food can be after, might be about 10:30. I think that would be the right time, and that would be when the Agni is really good. Okay. Now the next question is, does soaking peanuts decrease pitta in it? Soaking peanuts, by and large, I don't think it will reduce the pitta in it. Soaking peanuts will make it slightly softer. Okay, and because you leave it in water for such a long time, yes, the effect of water is definitely going to be there in the peanuts, but it will not have a great impact on the peanut. It will make it softer. It will be easier for you to chew. So what happens is it will be easier for you to digest it. Apart from that, I don't think soaking will make a huge difference to peanut. Priya, people who have the habit of taking tea or coffee post breakfast in the morning, uh, I would say, tea or coffee, if you have it after breakfast, it all also depends upon what kind of breakfast you're having. If it's very heavy and then you drink coffee or milk, coffee or tea with milk, okay, a little bit immediately after your breakfast might not affect it too much, okay, because it becomes a part of your food. But I would say if you are drinking a little bit of black coffee or black tea, that will increase the Agni. But if you overdo it, there's always a chance of you developing hyperacidity also. So people who are in the habit of drinking tea or coffee, especially on empty stomach, will have the problem of acidity over a period of time. But for poor digestion, I don't think if you take a little bit of tea, a little bit of coffee, little bit, I mean half a cup or something immediately after breakfast, it becomes a part of your meal. It might not affect your Agni too much. But if you give a gap of about half an hour, and then drink tea, then it might affect your Agni. Okay. So getting leg cramps and nerve pains on the foot at night is due to increased pitta in the body. Is there any cure for this leg pain? Pain normally, if you are somebody who gets leg pain at night when you want to rest, first of all, you have to see if it is it because of hyperactivity during your wake hours. In the evenings, you have been running around, you have done too much of exercise, your legs have gotten weak, plus the body heat has gone up because of the exercise. So if that is the case, then there might definitely be some pitta there. But otherwise, I would say most of the times the pain in the calf muscle especially could be because your vata has gone up, your muscles are not strong enough, it has not gotten enough nutrition, and it could also be dehydration. Okay, so your muscles are actually cramping up. It might be more of vata. Okay, that's why people say you mix a little bit of sugar in water and drink. Okay, sugar in water, when that madhura rasa gets inside, okay, it's sweet. What happens? Your vata is immediately pacified. Yes, pitta also goes down. Your kapha goes up. You get immediate nutrition and glucose. Okay, so drinking sugar water, they add a little bit of salt also, but the sugar is the one that actually helps you really get a lot of nutrition immediately. And I would say the cramps might be basically due to vata increase. Kamanal, what are good ways or herbs to boost Agni without aggravating pitta? See, if you look at herbs, I would say that is always the last resort. Okay, when we look at treating Agni or treating anything, we first look at the food, then the lifestyle, and then your thought process, and then medicine comes. Okay, ahara, vihara, vichara, and aushadha. So first, take care of your food. Are you taking seasonal foods which you are used to? Okay, Are you taking that on time in moderate quantities? That is very important. And two habits, okay, which according to Ashtanga Hridaya, which can disturb your Agni beyond, a certain limit. There are two things. One is atyashanam, that means overeating. Okay, it could be even nutritious food. That doesn't mean that you should overeat. One is atyashanam and one is adhyashanam. Adhyashanam means, bhuktasya upari bhojanam. That means you have consumed food, and before this has been completely digested, you are again eating. In the sense, you're getting up in the morning, you are having a juice or something, and then when once after an hour or so, you're having a breakfast. So before the juice is digested, you have had your breakfast at about 9 o'clock, and then at about 11 o'clock, you're having a juice, a fruit, or some nuts. Before the breakfast is digested, you're having nuts, and then before this is digested, you're having a lunch, and before that is digested, you're having an evening tea and snacks, and before that is digested, you have go have it. So if you keep on eating multiple times, your Agni goes for a toss. So two major reasons, Kamalnath. Okay, I don't want to go into herbs or anything. As you said, good ways. Two things: see that you don't overeat. You eat on time. You don't overeat, and you don't eat multiple times. Two things you avoid. Your Agni will be really good. Okay, and see, I'm telling you, if you have got a disease conditions and the doctor advises you eat multiple times, that's a different topic altogether. But in general, two things can disturb your Agni. One is overeating, other one is eating before your previously consumed food has been digested. Next one, Tejeshwara Murthy. What are the clearest signs that my previous meal has been fully digested and that my Agni is truly ready for the next one? The clearest sign is that you'll start feeling hungry. If you feel hungry, that means your food has been digested. You will feel light, you will feel hungry. Okay, that's the only way. And sometimes, when you drink a little bit of water and when you burp, and if you don't get the taste of food, some people get the taste of food sometimes. You would have noticed that you have taken some gobi Manchurian, butter naan, paneer butter masala, and all at night, and you're sleeping well. Get up in the morning, and when you're brushing your teeth, you drink the water, you get a burp, you get the taste of that masala. Okay, 100% guaranteed food is not digested. It is still there in the tummy, it's not digested at all. But what we do is, we have to rush for office, you again eat something, bring something in. You wait for that food to be digested before you eat something. So the clearest symptom is digestion, Shuddha Udgara, clear belching and feeling of lightlessness. Okay. I heard many people saying that boiled water is depleted of oxygen and hence not ideal to be consumed as drinking water. How true is this? No, Suma. Boiling water will not deplete it from oxygen, so nothing to worry at all, because you are not removing oxygen by boiling it. You're only boiling it. Okay, but boiling water, when you look at when you're talking about water, boiling water is basically cooking water. Okay, cooking is happening there. So water which can increase the kapha beyond a certain, normally even if you drink, you drink water, it will increase nourishment, it will increase the kapha. But when you drink hot water or boiled water, it is cooked water, so it becomes slightly lighter when compared to non-boiled water. It's easy. So people who have got issues with digestion, I would always say drink boiled water. You can add jeera or dry ginger or whatever it is into water and again potensify it, but boiling water will make it easily digestible. So Ayurveda is against you. Like, you see people, when they go somewhere and they ask for water, when they give boiled water. When the water is very hot, they're not able to drink it, they immediately add cold water into it. So what are you doing? If this is cooked water, this is uncooked water. So mixing cooked water and uncooked water is not supposed to be done. Have patience, wait for 5 minutes, keep it, it will slowly cool down, then you drink. Okay. So to answer your question, don't worry about you losing uh, any nutrients when you cook, when you boil water. You had mentioned that about Dashamula Kadutraya. Kashayam for removing sticky cough. Can I suggest dosha in which brand is good in Mumbai? It's not available. It is available in Mumbai absolutely don't worry. There are a lot of Vaidyaratnam Nagarjuna shops where you can definitely get Dashamula Kadatrayan Kashayam. The doses, okay, you might, most probably, you might get bottle Kashayam. So, what you do is shake the bottle really well, take 15 ml out of it, add a little bit of water, maybe about 50 ml of water, little bit of honey into it, might be quarter teaspoon of honey into it, mix it and have it on empty stomach twice daily, might be 6 o'clock and 6 o'clock. Okay, it is available in Mumbai, or you can check online. You will get so many brands which sell Dasha Moola Katutrayam Kashayam. It is okay. Yeah, Niti. What are the good ways to incorporate oil into diet? Is it frying or sauteing or some other way? Kamalnath, the best way to incorporate oil is, first thing is that you should know traditionally or genetically what oil suits you. Okay, me being from Kerala, for generations and generations, we are used to taking coconut oil. Okay, so I would say, if you squeeze me, more than blood, coconut oil will come out. Okay, that much of coconut oil I would have consumed. So that doesn't make coconut oil extremely healthy. It is healthy for me. Okay, it might not be healthy for somebody from you know Tamil Nadu or somebody from Gujarat. But Kamalnath, you being from Sri Lanka and you being used to taking coconut oil just like Malayalis do here from Kerala, coconut oil would actually be a good oil for you. And the best way to consume oil is to take it as such. In the sense, if you're cooking a vegetable, even ghee, I'm telling you, if you're cooking a vegetable, you have steam cooked the whole vegetable, you have added salt or turmeric or whatever, you have cooked it really well. And before you take it out of the pan, you can add a couple of tablespoons or teaspoons to taste into the pan, and then you can take it so that the oil helps the uh, sabji to completely come out of the pan. I would say that would be the best way to use oil for cooking, rather than frying or using for seasoning. Seasoning is all taste. I don't say it's really bad, but the best way to do is add it fresh. Mom used to give a small piece of jaggery after eating boiled groundnut. Any logic here? Yes, just like we were talking about groundnut, the same thing applies to jackfruit seed also. We're talking about pitta in groundnut, right? It is something which will increase the vata a little bit more than normal groundnut. Okay. So if you eat groundnuts, what happens here? There's always a chance of vata going up. So when you take a piece of jaggery, it can't be a very small piece. It could be slightly decent. It depends upon how much of peanuts you're eating. So it could be a big piece of jaggery, or it can also. So normally, what you can do is you can mix that jaggery into honey and lick also. Okay, so that combination will actually pacify the vata, which could increase due to the consumption of groundnuts. So my grandfather used to say, okay, as I was just telling about jackfruit seed, when you eat too much of jackfruit, it increases your kapha like too much. It is very nutritious, can make you feel very heavy. So he says, to what, to remove the bad effects of eating a lot of jackfruit, eat one jackfruit seed. The jackfruit seed increases vata like anything, but jackfruit increases kapha. So same thing, when you eat peanuts, your vata can go up. So you can pacify it by taking jaggery mixed with ghee. Yes, Teshmurti, I think I've answered your question. Okay. Okay. My favorite food is banana, elaichi, coconut, jaggery. Will we call it banana rasayana? It should be good for your body type. If you feel that you have got more vata in your body, then banana, I would say it will be always good if you can uh, cook the banana. If it's the large Kerala kind of banana, which we get in Kerala, we steam, cook, and eat it. And we add coconut, jaggery, elaichi, not too much because some people don't like elaichi. Especially my my father's younger brother, my paternal uncle, he says the bad smell of elaichi. There are people who don't like the smell of elaichi, while some people like it. So Other things I find coconut and jaggery, you can mix it with ghee also we add. So it is very, very, very nutritious. It's definitely banana rasayana. It is good. Priya, enough space between meals is so important for good as in eating desserts are not allowed post meal, so I don't know how to fit in my desserts. Don't want to eat on daily basis, but occasionally. So see, patterns and habits, they only lead to problems. So if you keep on doing something good or bad, it will give you results. Like if you pick up a habit which is good, and you keep on doing it for a period of time, that means you are in control of the amount of food you eat, and you regularly do exercise and you sleep really well. I'm telling you, guaranteed in three months or so, you'll find yourself in a better shape, better health. Okay. And same thing, you keep on eating sweets or desserts on a regular basis, guaranteed in 3 months you'll find your health really not as good as what it was 3 months back. So, Priya, I would say if you want to eat that dessert, once in a while you're meaning, okay. So, in the sense, I'm not telling about ice creams and all, not so good. If you want to have your desserts, I would say have it along with your food. Suppose you're having a breakfast and somebody gives you a laddu or something. You're having a breakfast, and then before you finish, if you're a South Indian, normally I'll tell you, here what we do is before we finish our meal, the last part of the meal, we mix buttermilk and have. So any sweet or something which we have, I'll tell, okay, give it to me and I'll eat it. It's not that I avoid completely. I also eat once in a while. I like sweets. So just before I start my buttermilk rice, mixed with buttermilk or drink buttermilk, I have the sweet, and then probably one lick of the pickle, so that a kick of the sweet goes, and then I drink buttermilk. I'm done. I'm not I'm not stopping myself from having, but I'm not having it. Somebody comes and gives me at 4 o'clock. Okay, I will not have it. Okay, I'll ask my wife to keep it aside. Okay, and she knows really well, that when I'm having my dinner at about 6:37, the same thing which I said no at 4 o'clock. I don't snack at 4 o'clock. The same thing which I said no at 4 o'clock will come to me on my table at 6:37 when I have my dinner. I do have it. It can be samosa also sometimes. You go for some birthday. I might not be able to go to birthday, so they'll send those things home. I don't even, the moment I see, you feel like eating it, but I don't eat it. I know it's bad. It is kept aside and I have it along with my meal. So having it along with your meal will prevent you from snacking in between. That's all. Okay. Don't make that a habit, but I would say if at all you say you're eating once in a while, have it along with your meal. Okay. Gary, if I take breakfast 10 to, then what optimally to take the lunch meal? If you're having your breakfast at 10:30, I would say eat a big breakfast, good breakfast. Okay, and then you'll notice that by about 3 o'clock or so, you might feel hungry a little bit. You can have a herbal tea or something at about 3 o'clock, which will take care of your hunger, or you can drink water. It again depends upon if you don't have any other medical conditions, Gary. Okay, and at about about 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock or so, you can have a dinner and go to bed early. So you're having a meal only twice. Okay, but if you want to have a lunch also, then I would say you can have your breakfast at about 8:30 or 9, and then your dinner at about 2 o'clock. So the small portions. Then at about 9 o'clock, then your lunch at about maybe 1:32, and then at about 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock your dinner. But for people who eat twice, eat good meal at about 10:30, then a decent meal at about 6 o'clock, 6:30, and I think that should be enough for us. We absorb oxygen only from only lungs or even water or food. No, no, Tejas, we don't have the facility or the technology to absorb oxygen from water or from food. No. Okay, we can only take it from you know what do you call from the air which we breathe. Fishes have, they take that water, it goes through the gills, they've got a process from which they remove the oxygen from the water. You understood, right? That's the way they do it. Okay, they can't directly, when they drink water, you can't take or they, it has to, if they drink water they will not get oxygen, it has to go through their gills. That's their sort of lungs. Yeah, also in summers feel like having drinks not alcoholic, okay, sweetened drinks to refresh. Where to fit that in my dinner? I would say avoid. Okay, you mean fizz drinks like Pepsi, Coca Cola, and all, avoid completely. Okay, if you want to have some drink during summer, I would say you can have coconut water, or you can and sometimes, it again depends upon age or the amount. If you're diabetic, or sometimes the nutrition, sodium, potassium, and all that, it can disturb, too much of coconut water in the day. So for patients, I would tell them, you mix equal amounts of water into the coconut water, and drink it multiple times, rather than some people, they drink and they get dizzy. If you get that, face it out. Okay, and I would not ask you to drink sweetened beverages or aerated drinks. I would not tell you to do that. Okay, if it is a lime juice or something, yes, you can have. Again, I said you can have it along with your food. Okay, don't feel too guilty about that. Have it along with your food. Yeah, Niti Magic. Yes, thanks to you too. Why sometimes stomach doesn't send fullness signal to brain and this cause overeating? The reason why, I can tell you very clearly why the stomach doesn't self, because it takes time for the signals to reach your brain. The main reason why we overeat is because we eat too fast, Tejas Shiramurti. Okay, if you are slow and you chew your food really well, you will notice that you will end up eating only half of what you're eating when you eat pretty fast. The major reason is you eat very fast. I mean, eating very fast, you swallow a lot of air. Also, the kids actually do that. You kids don't know how to drink water or milk. When they keep on doing it, and in the process of drinking water or milk, they also swallow a lot of air. So that is why mothers, after they feed the baby, they put the baby on the shoulder and they tap it so that the baby burps, and that air which is swallowed goes out. Otherwise, if you think, when the air comes out, milk also comes out. So when you eat fast, you've always got a chance of swallowing. When you talk too much, when you laugh too much and eat, and all those things do happen. You are watching TV and eating, you are not knowing what you're eating, how much you're eating. So Tan Manaha, I said, when your mind is in eating and you're chewing really well, you will actually eat the right amount. Hope that clears your thing, Tejeshamati. I have Uttama Tailam. How to use it? Uttama Tailam basically is for the Uttamangas for the head. Okay. No problem if you use it for the body, but by and large, Uttama hair, if I am right, okay, because Uttama Anga actually means the head, and this could be for the head only. What is your opinion? Monk sugar? I have got no idea what monk sugar is. I'm extremely sorry. Okay, I don't know where it comes from. It might be, if it is from some fruit, I don't know, but I would say anything sweetened. That means any kind of sugar you add. Okay, if sweetened things like paisam or laddu, jalebi, pastries, donuts, and all those things where you add sweeteners, sweetened foods are not good to be consumed on a regular basis. Okay, any sugar for that matter, might not be good. And in those days, if you see, people used to consume sugar, but the physical activity used to really burn that calories out. Now our calories have gone down, plus all the sugar we get are all processed, polished, bleached, whatnot. Okay, monk sugar, I'm sorry. Tejashramurti, what causes Amla Pitta? Okay. Amla Pitta is a condition where the Pitta by and large can get aggravated due to Amla. Amla is sour, okay, sour taste. So when you take too much of sour taste, or when, as I said before, Agni is Pitta, but Agni is devoid of the Drava or the liquid property. So when the quantity of Pitta goes up and the Agni gets the Drava quality. Okay, due to overeating or due to wrong kinds of eating, alcohol, not sleeping at night, and stuff like that, your pitta derangement happens and the Agni starts becoming liquefied. Okay, and when it gets liquefied, it can go upwards or downwards. When it comes upward, you get chest burning and stuff like that, which modern people call it a GERD. Okay, and otherwise it can go down and you will have burning sensation lower part of the abdomen and also burning sensation while passing motions. So Amla Pitta according to Ayurveda has two: Urdhvagada, that means goes up, or Adhogada, which goes down. So Amla Pitta is the Pitta becoming too much Amla liquid and starts moving from its original place either upwards or downwards. Yes, Valerie sister, I am actually doing well. Hope you are also fine. Okay. Healthy breakfast options which are quick to make. Now we are looking at something which is shortcut. Okay. Shortcuts don't give long results. All of us know that. Okay. Shortcut will not give you long term results. So, in my opinion, whatever you make then and there is actually more beneficial than anything which is carried forward. Like upma is made then and there, poha is made then and there, goduma dosa is made, goduma is wheat dosa is made then and there, pongal is made then and there, idiyappam is made then and there, puttu is made then and there. Okay, ragi muddeya, what all those things which you make then and there is considered to be healthy when compared to things like idli or dosa. Okay, where it is ground and kept in the fridge used for a week. Those are fermented things which can keep on fermenting, and over a period of time it is not good, okay, to be consumed on a regular basis. So anything that you make then and there is actually good for you. Okay, oats and all, I don't want you to oats and all. Well, sister, I don't think we are used to oats. Nobody is generally used to oats genetically. So whatever you are genetically, I think you are from Andhra Pradesh. So pesarattu also is good for you because you make it then and there. Okay, so don't think too much. Whatever you make then and there is good for you. Are there ways to keep the Agni high at cellular level, sir? Wow, that's a good question. Okay, so cellular level Agni is basically the Dhatu Agni. That means the tissues. Okay, Rasa, Rakta, Mamsa, Meda, Asti, Majja, everywhere. You have got cells throughout the body, billions of cells throughout the body, and each and every cell has got its own metabolism. So if you have to keep that metabolism high, that means you have to be extremely disciplined. And I would say three things you have to bear in mind, which I always tell people in all my classes. Okay, three things you have to bear in mind: you are eating the right kind of food in the right quantity at the right time. Okay, that means in moderation you're having good food. Second thing is that you are doing exercises in moderation. Okay, disciplined in moderation regularly. Second, and the third thing is you are sleeping early, sleeping really well without any guilt. To do all these three things, your Agni is taken care of. Okay, and over a period of time, you'll notice that each and every cell is receptive, and your cells start really firing. That's all you have to do, nothing more. Okay, let us not depend on any medicines or any other things. Appetizer. Some people say, okay, one glass of wine will help you digest food better. See, those are, how do I put it? See, if you look at hunger, or you passing motions, the urge to pass motion, the urge to urinate, you know, cough, sneeze, sleep, all these things are natural urges which has to happen naturally. Sleep has to happen naturally. Some people ask, what is the best thing for me to take to get a good sleep? Melatonin or zinc or magnesium? What will give? I said sleep is something which has to come naturally. If it is not coming, something is going wrong. Same thing, hunger is something which has to happen naturally. If hunger is not happening, then one glass of wine or drinking something after that, and all those things you are artificially creating a lot of things. If it is really bad, yes, you have to intervene and then get it set right, but that should not be the norm, daily thing. So as I said, food, exercise, sleep, your Agni is good. Sometimes when I go through dinner with colleagues, I will be eating junk food. Is there any hack to expel it out of the system to make the food not to get absorbed? Yes, the first thing what you have to do is the only way to expel it out is by not taking it. Don't eat it. Like some patients, some people come and ask, after getting married, what is the best way to not get pregnant? What is the best contraceptive method? So only we have got only one answer. Okay, don't mate. If you don't have sex, you'll not get pregnant. All other things, there is no 100% guarantee. Same way, I'm not comparing it, but the same way I'm telling you, if there is any way that you eat food and it should not have an effect on you, you have to expel it. Okay. The moment you eat it, you go drink some water, put your finger inside your mouth and throw it out. Then fine. Then bulimia, you start developing another disease called bulimia, which is very bad. If you don't want bad effects of pizza or burger or any junk food, don't eat. Not Pepsi Cola. Oh, I'm not able to. Not Pepsi. I'm not diabetic at all. Ask about Nannari Sarbat. See, Nannari Sarbat and all, it is, I would say, what you get in the market is not at all good. It is sugar syrup with a little bit of Nannari in it. Okay, it is basically sugar syrup. I would say avoid it. Okay, lemonade and all is fine. Fresh lemon, not the concentrated one. Fresh lemon you squeeze, pour water, pour salt or a little bit of sugar and all. You can have no problem. As I said, have it along with your meal. Okay, so slowly we are coming to end of our session. Sometimes for a meal, I eat 20 jackfruits. Is it highly nourishing? Yes, it is highly nourishing. And if it is for lunch and if you go to bed, if you sleep, you have, see, jackfruit season. Might be for a month, you eat 20 jackfruits on a red. Oh, sorry. I did not put it there. Sometimes I eat 20 jackfruits, highly nourishing. Yes, if you say jackfruit season 1 month or 2 months, if you eat 20 jackfruits every day, okay, and then you go to bed in the afternoon, I guarantee you will put on weight. It is extremely nourishing, and that, see, just because you're eating jackfruit doesn't mean that you will get the right kind of nourishment. It will increase kapha. You'll put on weight. Absolutely. Okay, it is very nourishing. But how about doing Agni for this whole month? It's such a hot topic, and one session is not enough. Yeah, Priya, I can do that. So next week, what we'll do is uh, we'll just say Agni, and I will not probably talk about anything. Might be 5 minutes, and you can start asking your questions. That's actually a good idea. You can start asking questions. Okay. Now, my body is smelling very quickly even after bathing multiple times. Is it excess ama? It could be. It could also be because of kapha is the one that smells too much. Because it is made of gandha. It is made of water and earth. It is because of too much of kapha. You might have too much of medas. I don't know what your height is to your weight. Okay, we can go through that later. That could be one reason. And if your pitta is very high, you can sweat. But pitta people sweat too much, but that need not smell really bad. If you're smelling really bad, then there is definitely a little bit of kapha involved, ama involved in your body. Okay. So with that, we bring to an end of today's topic. Next week, okay, Kamalnath, there are questions are there. Is it okay to add some ghee to room temperature rice and eat and then drink warm water after finishing eating so that rice be warm to add? It's always good to add ghee to hot rice, okay, because it melts the ghee, or you have to melt the ghee and get into a rice. That also is fine, okay, because it has to really spread. So when you melt it, when heat is come, you notice that it becomes lighter. Otherwise, it is thick. So being lighter is much better. And it is always good to drink a little bit of hot water after every meal. Need not be only ghee. A little bit of hot water after every meal is the best choice. But ghee, when coming in contact with heat, is the best option. Hi, Jolie. How can one stimulate the Agni for better digestion? As I was just telling, every activity you do, if you sleep late, your Agni goes for a toss. If you get up late, your Agni goes for a toss. If you take a shower after bath, your Agni goes for a toss. If you apply Okay, if you are applying oil when you feel that you are not digested really well, it goes for a toss. Okay, if you are exercising, lagvam karma samarthyam deepto agni, you're exercising, sorry, agni goes up. Okay, over exercise, your agni is affected. Okay, so you have to just sit, Jolie. Every activity you do. Okay, suppose you after dinner you are walking fast for a long duration, your agni goes for a toss. Okay, so I'm telling you, every activity you do, if you bear in mind that whatever we do is to protect the agni, anything you do, then you'll understand, yes, how I have to be. So you have to be moderate about things. I just said, you're eating the right kinds of foods which you're used to, the right kinds of food in moderate quantities on time, and then you are doing exercises moderately. For a vata person, you have to do only mild. For a pitta person, moderate, and for a kapha person, you can do slightly more exercise. Okay, and then you are sleeping really well without any guilt. The body is well rested. Then your agni will automatically get better. Okay. Apart from that, you have got certain kapala bhati and certain breathing exercises which can also kindle the agni. But I would say, in general, if you follow these three things: food, exercise, and sleep, your Agni is going to be really good. Overripe fruits sometimes, might, cause bad kapha increasing. Okay, putrefied, we call that. That means the pitta has see, pit, well, a fruit which is non-ripe is more of kapha ama. Then pachyamana is when it's dry, and then when it is pakwa, it is more of vata. Okay, it is not kapha. So what happens is, because it is juicy and all those things, okay, it gives you a lot of nourishment, and it is light because it is into vata state. And after that, when it again, metabolism happens in it, and when it gets transformed and it gets putrefied, or when it is overcooked, or sorry, over ripened, it can increase the bad kapha in you. Okay, it can also affect the pitta. So overripe fruits, not so good to consume. Yeah, Priya, perfect. Yes. Does mango add weight? Yes, taking mangoes will definitely, you'll put on weight. Don't worry at all. Yes, thank you very much. When hungry, jackfruit after eating milk and mango. Is it compatible with Ayurveda? I've heard that saying, because mango generates heat in the body. Even though it will increase kapha, it's also slightly ushna. Okay, so but jackfruit is not like that. It is cold, and it will increase your bulk. Mango will not increase like what do you call jackfruit, but mango, as I said, mango is slightly heating. So eating too many mangoes, you'll notice that you'll start getting boils on the face. Okay, heat boils. It is not that good for the eyes also. So everything in moderation is good. I've heard that proverb, but in Ayurveda we don't have that. Can you please? Yeah, Kirtana. Nasya on a regular basis. Yes. Okay. Nasya you can do, probably Anutaila would be the right thing. You can take 3 drops after steam inhalation, and it's always good for you to do it when the sun is up. Okay, not early morning or late in the evening. So it can be, might be about 10:30 in the morning, or and not during hot day, and might be about 3:30 in the evening. 3 drops in each nostril after steam inhalation. It will do really well. It will keep all your we call that uttamanga, okay, clean and decongested. It's good for your nose, for your smell, for your eyes, that means for your sight, for your hearing, for your taste, for all disease of the throat, teeth and hair and everything. It is very good. Yeah, 15 more to touch 100. Yes. Okay. But I'm running out of topics. That's a different thing. Probably I'll just open up for questions hereafter rather than talking about our topic. Would it be safe to put a few drops of ghee in my child's nose during allergy seasons? Yeah, but ghee, what happens with ghee is ghee sometimes solidifies. Okay. I could say, a drop of coconut oil also is fine. If it feel good, one drop of coconut oil in the nose, in this nose, ask them pull it up. It will work really well. Any thoughts of about taking ASHA? I don't know what ASHA is. Ashwagandha Lekyam. I see that. Ashwagandha Lekyam. Ashwagandha Lekyam. See, it is a herbal combination, okay, of medicines. And I would say, if you don't have proper Agni, any Lekyam for that matter, some people say, I'm tired, I'm not feeling hungry, so let me have Chanaprasha. You should understand that Chyavanprasha is something which is very thick and it needs really good Agni for it to digest. So Cynthia, for your question, any lehya should not be consumed if your Agni is not good and you feel that you are not going to digest it properly. Rule number one. Okay. And Ashwagandha, the lehyam, is normally prescribed after proper shodhana and after doing deeper, after cleansing the body, and also after you see that the Agni goes up. So it comes as, okay, let me put it this way. Say, for example, a patient comes to me where the patient has to undergo panchakarma. He's got no issues. He's generally undergoing panchakarma. After he undergoes panchakarma, might be about 14 days or 21 days, when he gets discharged and when he goes back, I tell him, you can have this and probably you can also have Ashwagandha the lehyam. So what happens is, once he undergoes panchakarma, his dhatus, his tissues are all depleted a little bit, and you want to give nourishment. Ashwagandha lehyam works really well, but for that, as I said, Agni should be good. Okay, so I think we have come to an end to all the questions today. So see you next week. Till then, namaste. Agni is last question is Agni weak in summer or winter? Agni is strong in winter and Agni is weak in summer. Okay, so you should be very careful when you're eating. You normally notice that people don't eat too much of food. They keep on drinking more of liquids during summer because Agni is bad. Okay, namaste, good night.